everyone, this is Mr. Wu here again, and I've got another video for you guys. Before I actually get started into, what I want to talk about, what you're seeing is another Guild Wars quest. There you go. I've forgotten what it's exactly called. It's in Eye of the North, and I'm fighting the Char. Again, this is on my assassin character. So it's not my main character, but I think it works pretty well. It's got a good build, as you can see. Nice armor. The party, I think, is quite nicely set up. But I've done these quests before in the past, but it's been such a long time, I really can't remember them. So it's basically gonna be like I'm playing the whole thing again, because this did come out 2000 and like to say 9 or 8 or something. Well, it might have even been earlier than that. Maybe even 7. Yeah, but anyways, on to the main topic. I'm subscribed to a guy called White Sword. Been subscribed to him for a while. I used to play World of Warcraft, but like years and years ago, and I only played it for probably about 6 to like 10 months or something. I did like it, but I never got fully into it. I wasn't like fully addicted into it, didn't get sucked into it or anything like that. And I subscribed to him during that, I think, during his videos about that. Because he's played WoW for like 6 years or something, so he's pretty, he knows what he's talking about when it comes to World of Warcraft. But recently he made a video about like how YouTube has changed and how people now use dodgy ways to up their views, likes, and all that sort of crap. And the thing is, personally, I've been on YouTube since 2000 and not when it first started, but maybe a couple years after, like 2007ish. I didn't have any, I didn't have a gaming channel back then or anything of that sort. I didn't post many videos at all. I was more of just a, a user who wanted to comment on other people's videos and stuff like that, and favourite and basically set up my own profile. It wasn't until perhaps a year after that that I actually started making videos, and then it wasn't until the beginning of this year that I started making videos to do with gaming. But I have noticed as well, in the same sort of way that he has, how YouTube has changed. I'm trying to find the right word to describe it. Not monopoly, because that's when, if anyone does business here, I think a monopoly is where one business or one corporation, one company sort of owns that that market. So, for example, 20 years ago, Microsoft would have been described as the monopoly in the computer industry. Now, perhaps Apple has grown bigger, and you've got other smaller companies. But what's the word where there are several that dominate the market? Is it oligopoly or something like that? I haven't done business for years now. I don't do it anymore. But YouTube has sort of changed like that. When I first started, and this is just general YouTube here, not even like gaming channels and stuff. But when I first started on YouTube, it just used to be like there would be a popular video, not necessarily a popular channel. But there would be like one popular video from one person, another one from that person, and so on and so on. And there wouldn't be popular channels, like, for instance, you wouldn't necessarily know what they were called. There wouldn't be anyone famous and stuff like that. But now it's definitely changed to the extent where the front page of YouTube, and not just the front page, but all the subcategories of YouTube are purely filled with the same people. I'm not saying it's their fault, because a lot of the time it is not, and they don't tend to want that kind of stuff. But there are some people, some of those big YouTubers out there who really do push for this sort of thing. I mean, it's human nature, greed, money, whatever you want to call it. And they've become really big on YouTube, and it's always the same stuff on all the categories and all the YouTube, title, subtitle things and sections and so on of the page. But you could say that in the past it wasn't like that at all. So, but yeah, what was I going to say? And YouTube itself can be blamed to an extent, because the problem with it is they used to have that, what was it called? Featured? Was it the featured section? Where they'll literally show videos that they thought were good. But to be honest, when they first put them up there, they had like 100 views. So that could be a possible break for someone, for a channel out there who made a good video, but they only got like 100 views, but then YouTube would put it in their featured section. Now, and correct me if I'm wrong, they don't have a featured section anymore. They have something called Up and Coming. But the problem with that, it is not the same thing. They haven't replaced it. They haven't just like swapped the name from featured to Up and Coming. It's slightly different. It's where these videos have perhaps like a few thousand videos, and YouTube think that they're nice and artistic or something, and they think that it's nice and want to put it in the front page to show off, that sort of video. But it's not the same thing where it's like a potential break for someone at all. And YouTube have largely gotten rid of any chances like that. So YouTube are slightly to blame for this sort of domination of a certain group of people. And like I said before, I'm not blaming this group of people. Me, myself, I have another channel where I'm subscribed to a lot of these big, you could say, YouTubers, and I watch all their videos. You've got Charles Trippy and all of that. I watch all their videos, and you've got Sexy Phil, who I kind of watch sometimes. I stopped watching Ray Wheeling Johnson purely because I think that he is kind of taking the mick. He's not the same person anymore, and as much as he would like to deny it, money changes you. But yeah, anyway, that's going off a bit. In terms of gaming as well, in the community, I was there at the beginning of the gaming community to do with like first-person shooters as well. You know how popular they are, and World of Warcraft. So I was pretty much playing like the two most popular genre of games at the time: World of Warcraft in the MMORPGs and Call of Duty in first-person shooters. And I was there watching the YouTube videos as they were first coming up, and you could sort of say the same thing has happened with those, especially in first-person shooters. You get always the same people at the top of the gaming channels. Because that's how YouTube likes to run. They're a company who, obviously like all others, love to make money. Can't necessarily blame them for that, but that's just how it works. You always get the same people in the first-person shooter categories. Wings of Redemption, and a couple of others who I won't name. But yeah, you could say the same thing's happening with gaming, even for MMORPGs. But not just for gaming. I'm in several other communities, some of my other interests. I play Airsoft, so in the Airsoft community it's sort of largely the same. I play miniature, well I used to anyway, miniature strategy battle games, Warhammer 40k, Warhammer Fantasy, things like that. Not so much anymore, but in the past. And I have to say that is less so, but I think that is because there's less interest in that. So it's just the nature of, as things grow, they become more and more focused towards, money and the greedy, you could say. I'm probably putting that too harshly. I don't mean to, but I can't think of another word to describe it. And I reckon, like White Sword was saying, a lot of these people do perhaps use slightly dodgy means of upping their views, of increasing their views, whether it's from paying or whatever. YouTube have started to really crack down on that now, but in the past, where it's allowed these larger YouTube channels to grow, they didn't do that and haven't done anything to correct that. But I suppose that's just how things work. But my only real complaint is that YouTube no longer give the opportunity for smaller channels to grow. You really got to push it yourself, as White Sword was saying, which takes a lot of effort, a lot of time. But to be honest, I'm not really about the views and how many likes I get and stuff. As much as I say in annotations and stuff, please thumbs up, comment and subscribe, that's just sort of out of habit. I don't actually really mind how high it gets. I mean, evidence is of this channel now. I posted 100 videos and yet I'm not even past well, actually I've got 300 something subscribers, which I'm thankful for everyone who's subscribed, but I'm not pushing anyone to subscribe, and I don't particularly care, of reaching 1,000 subscribers or reaching 1,000,000 subscribers. That's not my aim. I do this because it's fun, and just to talk with completely different people around the world, however many of you there are, about the video that I posted and the topics that I talk about in it. But yeah, I think that's about it. Thanks for watching, guys. My next video is actually going to be about the Eurogamer Expo, which I attended in London. All the new games are in that, Assassin's Creed, blah blah blah, etc. So lots of stuff about in that. And that's about it. See you guys later. Now the 8th profession, which they haven't yet officially announced, is going to be a spellcaster type. Just looking at numbers, you can see.